1972 was a big year. You had the Watergate scandal. The first time I ever saw your face by Roberta Flack was #1 on the billboards. And then the Apollo 17 crew took this photo of Earth called Blue Marble that, when you think about this here, they had been in complete awe at the scene that was really unfolding in front of them. I mean, this is one heck of a photo. Now, today, though, cameras don't have to be sent in huge rocket ships to the moon to get a great shot of our home planet. In fact, you can use normal, everyday cameras that are, of course, have been modified to capture breathtaking photos and videos of planet Earth. Don't believe me? Well, you're about to see how far imaging has really come. So, hey, let's you and I dive into it right now. Now, last week I discussed how impressed I was with the Insta360 Ace Pro action camera. This camera I'm putting heavily through its paces, not only in my studio, but also out in the field as well. And so far, this camera absolutely kicks tail end. But the Ace Pro isn't the only thing that Insta360 has been up to lately. Now, recently, they shot a couple of their X2 action cameras into space. Now, the cameras are now orbiting Earth and taking 360-degree images as they twirl around this little marble that we call home. Now, doing wild things with cameras isn't a new thing for Insta360. Back in 2022, Insta360 gave us a bird's eye view, literally by attaching one of their RS cameras to an eagle. Now, then earlier this year, a Insta360 X3 got a ride on a Karma Space Eclipse weather balloon and took a ride 86,000 feet into the stratosphere. Now, all of these are really cool feats and really show the incredible functionality of these cameras. But the space camera thing, that has to be, that's completely next level right there. And on the top of the cool stuff that Insta360 has done. In fact, this is the first time that a 360-degree camera has been in space, period. Now, the cameras had to be heavily modified to withstand, when you think about the extreme temperatures and the radiation that's floating around up there. But this process took 6 months of research and development. Then, of course, COVID-19 kind of scrapped the launch and further delayed the whole process. But hey, videos and images that these cameras are sending back to Earth right now are certainly well worth the wait. Now, you have to admit, the Canon dual pixel autofocus is fast, it's reliable, and accurate system that has worked well in the cosmos of EOS R family of cameras. But the technology is, it's getting old. And that's where Canon's patent quad pixel autofocus comes in. So what the heck is it? Well, it's complicated to say the least, but basically the quad pixel autofocus system would improve upon the current dual pixel autofocus design to improve accuracy, especially in situations where the lines of contrast of the camera focusing on are horizontal versus the vertical.
Oh, okay, I see what's happening.
Now, I'm not going to get into the complexities of both of these because it would be, one heck of a long video. And to be perfectly honest, I really don't understand how it works. My PhD is in underwater basket weaving, not in engineering. Anyways, rumor has it that the quad pixel autofocus system is not just a patent, but this is a very likely to be incorporated in the upcoming EOS R1, which of course is coming out next year, and the EOS R5 Mark II. Yeah, pretty cool stuff here. So if you ask me, it makes complete sense for Canon to unleash the new autofocus system in these cameras, especially the R1. I mean, think about it. Canon needs to solidify the R1 as a true flagship camera, and this would be a great way of doing that. But as I said many times before, regarding the R1, we're gonna have to wait until the first quarter of next year, 2024, before any sort of concrete details are likely to emerge. But it's really nice to dream, right? And speaking of new cameras, Canon isn't the only company that is rumored to have new cameras on the horizon in 2024. So if you are a Fuji fan,
hold on to your butt,
because rumors indicate that there will be not one, not two, but new mirrorless cameras released in January. In fact, there could be more than that. Yeah, 2024 I think is going to be a very exciting year, as cliche as it sounds, but yeah, it's looking that way. Now, the big question is, what will these cameras be for Fuji? So it seems likely that a new version of the X100V will be released. Now, this camera, This was released in February 2020, so by the time its successor comes out, it will likely be 4 years old and really needs a refresh. Now, the other camera rumored to be set for release is the GFX 100S Mark II. Now, this camera will replace the GFX 100S. Now, this is an affordable medium format camera that was released back in March 2021. Now, this is a more surprising development because the GFX 100S really isn't that old, and because it's also been such a hot seller for Fuji. Now, as for the third rumored camera to be released in January, there's speculation it might be the XT6 or even a rangefinder style camera. But as is the case with rumors, we're gonna have to wait to see what actually happens. With that said, we are at the end of today's episode, friend. So hey, thank you so much for dropping in and checking out this video. Do me a favor, drop a like down below, a comment, even leave a question. Be sure to hit that subscribe button so hey, you and I get to see each other more often. But yeah, that's all I have here today. So I will either see you during the next video or I will see you in the next Photography Talk episode, next week in December.